Come on in the room. As we always say, best friends, come one, come all, come big, come small. I don't know how I started saying that. Do you remember?
I don't remember. I think it just kind of came to you one day.
It just kind of came to me one day, and then we just been riding with it ever since. Hi to all of the best friends.
Hey,
Good
best
to see
friends.
you guys. Good to see each and every one of you guys. Listen, for those of you guys who have no idea who we are or where you found yourself, I am Candy Sincerity Johnson.
And I am Sean Johnson.
And together we do a whole lot of things, and separate we do a whole lot of things. But if you know, you know, and if you don't, read the prior posts and watch the prior videos. But it's so good to see each and every one of you guys on all devices. Hey, best friends.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. So since we live on my phone and we live on your phone, I can't see no comments.
That's okay. I just gotta get the information so I can pin it down upon below.
Hey, LaShawn, thank you so much for your kind words. She said, hey, ladies, wishing you guys the best. Thank you.
Hey, Miss Stephanie. Hey, Vic. Let's see. Hey, Miss Felicia, Miss Darnice, Miss Marcy, Miss Debbie, Miss Crystal, Jennifer, and the list goes on. Hey, best friends.
Hey, best friend. My best friend said, girl, hey, from Washington, D.C.
Hey,
love you
DC.
guys. We love you more, sugar. We love you more. Listen, I got to get over to D.C. because my granny and my auntie and my mama and them, when they went to visit my cousins over in Maryland, they was talking about Rita's ice. They was talking about that Rita's. And you know, they know I love ice, and so they was like, Candy, you know, when you go see cousin Sarah over in Maryland, make sure you get you some of that ice. I heard y'all got good ice.
Hey, Miss Jacqueline.
Hey, Miss
Miss
Jacqueline.
How are you?
So listen, what we got for the best friends on today?
Listen, girl, things have been arriving this week, okay? Things have been arriving because guess what? It's almost time for us to do what?
Ship books.
Ship books.
Pack orders, girl. Pack orders. That's what it's almost time for.
It is almost that time. And so we have been receiving stuff all week long, and we said, you know what? It's time for us to go ahead. We've been sharing everything with you guys. So why stop here? Okay, so why not share everything else that's been going on as well? Okay?
Yes. We got some things that's been going on that's not just book related, well, kind of book related, but kind of not.
What's that?
We got announcements.
What announcement?
You know, we tell our best friends everything.
What happened?
There was something very major that happened today, and I feel, I feel, and so I wanted to
let
just.
the best friends know.
So, best friends, we told you guys that there was gonna be some changes that happened in the house, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody put the word change in the comments. They do, and that's how I know the best friends are listening.
Right.
This is the call and response part of service. Put the word change. There's been a change. Put the word change in the comments. So we told you guys that there was gonna be some changes that were coming down the pipeline. Thank you, best friend. We told you guys about some changes that was coming down the pipeline, and we told you guys that my little brother Jordan was gonna be moving. Mm-hmm. And so today was moving day for JoJo. Today was moving day for JoJo. So JoJo went to work, and before he went to work, Aunt Lisa came by to get Jordan. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, and I wasn't here when he left. But I did get a chance to, I got a chance to talk to him, but I didn't get a chance to talk to her.
You didn't get a chance to do your...
No, I did. We hugged.
Okay.
We hugged in the hallway for a long time, girl. He about squeezed everything up out of me, girl. You know, men, they do the bear hug. Yeah. When they're emotional, they do the bear hug. Mm-hmm. And so I did get a chance to talk to him, but I didn't get a chance to talk to Aunt Lisa. Okay. And so the transfer went very smoothly. I had some things I had to do because, you know, the kids were getting ready to go shopping with the family. Mm-hmm. And so today was kind of emotional, y'all.
I came home because, I was in the city today with my grandmother, and I came home and girl walked in the room. It looked like, how you clean your apartment when you're moving from one space to another, and you clean it so you can get your deposit back. I walked in the room and I said, dang. Mm-hmm. He cleaned this like the apartment. So I was like, oh, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. Even though it's not goodbye, it's just see you later.
Yeah. So now, JoJo will be here, for a couple of weeks, because, they're going to be doing some things. So they'll be out of town. So JoJo will be back in a few weeks. So I told him, I said, all your snacks and stuff, just leave them in the cabinet. Ain't nobody going to bother with all that junk food. Right. All them chips and dips. and all of them cookies and pies and cakes. Ain't nobody finna bother with that stuff.
Exactly.
So, we got big as it relates to, food, not junk food.
Okay.
So, yeah. Best friend said, change in the house.
Yeah.
Yes, change. So that's one announcement. Did you have anything else?
Not that I can. Sorry, y'all. Did y'all hear my stomach?
I
sorry,
did.
That's terrible. I apologize. No, I can't think of anything else.
I'm just messing with
The next tenant to leave will be me, but I got a couple of months left. So
No, actually, it's BJ. Then
oh
you.
yeah, BJ is next,
Then you.
then me, and
Yeah.
and then everybody that's supposed to be leaving the home will be gone.
Yeah.
So-
It's BJ. Then you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So we're slowly making our way down this journey and down this path, and each step is a little bit. It's like more and more reality setting in, at least for me on certain aspects. So I just be like, wow, but yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about that? Since you brought it up, you said reality is setting in. It didn't set in before.
Well, yeah, but I think as things progress and as you're on a journey of different nature, there's certain milestones and there's certain things that happen that solidifies it even more. It's like it is what it is. It's kind of like when you're on your way for a vacation or a trip, you're going, but then once you start to see the state signs, like, oh, we didn't cross into another state, like it's for real, like so it's that type of thing. Yeah, it's that type of thing. So.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Well, best friends, if you guys are excited about us unboxing everything for the books, now we didn't peekaboo, so you gonna see when we see, and we gonna see when you see.
Yes. So, well, you pretty much know what this is. So you want to start with this, and you want to start with this box.
Let's do that box.
This one?
Yeah. So we gonna work up to things. You know how it is, girl. Excuse me, they don't get straight to it. You start to work up to things.
For those that did not know that Candy had wrote a book prior to Moments of Resurrection, here is Moments of Redemption, because she had to order some more of her first book. This one was released in, what was the official date? 2019. Okay.
I would like to draw your attention to the hot dog neck. That was around the time I stopped eating pork. But the pack of, and I would do damage to a pack of hot dogs. The pack of hot dogs, disregard the pack of hot dogs on the back, because the editing software that we now enjoy was not available back then.
You are so
The editing software, best friends, that we now enjoy, that you guys think are just beautiful images.
And
You understand what I'm
And
saying?
in case anyone did not realize, this is both Candy, okay? Just in case you guys weren't sure, that's both of her there. Deanna said this book was fire.
Thank you, Deanna.
This
Thank
book
you
was
very
fire.
much, best
Did
friend.
you want to read in the back of it, or you just want to keep it moving?
You can if you would like to.
So-
I don't read. You know how some best friends don't pray out loud? I don't read out
You don't
loud.
read out loud? So just in case anybody had purchased Moments of Resurrection, it was like, wait, there was a book one? There was a book one. So let me just give you the synopsis. So it says, author Candy Johnson provides a candid look into her life and the lessons she was forced to learn over the years, from witnessing the adversity her mother endured in an abusive marriage to being incarcerated in college, and the eventual demise of her own marriage.
Incarcerated, girl. I dragged that a little bit, didn't I?
The
I went to jail, but incarceration,
The journey she endured was filled with highs and lows. From the beginning to end, Candy recounts the details of her experiences with fear, love, success, betrayal, infidelity, and her various moments of redemption along the way. Candy shows that you are not alone in the challenges and the victories you will face on your life's journey. Moments of Redemption is about courage, empowerment, and overcoming trials that may seem impossible while you are going through them. Learning to face hard truths, make difficult decisions, and accept life's tests as lessons learned is just a few of the things you will find from the prologue to the epilogue that will leave you mesmerized, awestruck, and inspired. So if you are now interested in this, if you ordered Moments of Resurrection, and you're like, well, girl, slide that on in my envelope. Just inbox Candy's page and say, look at here. I know there was an option too, but maybe I just ignored that. But I'm gonna need this too, and we can go ahead and update your order and send you the invoice for the balance. Okay? Yes.
Sean does. Can I see the book? Sean does a wonderful job of her editing. So I wrote the book. She edited the book. It tickled my fancy when she was reading a certain part. Sean said, from the prologue to the epilogue, blah, 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 blah. Now, when I sent it over to her originally, I said, from the front to the back. From the front to the back. You gonna stay glued to every page. Sean was sitting up under the readers and was like, oh no.
I looked at that and said,
From the front to the back.
from cover to cover, is that what you're trying to say?
From the front to the back.
That ain't gonna work. Let me fix that a little taste. Okay,
You gonna be glued to the story.
Okay.
From top to bottom. You know, that's something I would say, girl. You
Okay.
know.
So I'm gonna let Candy do the honors of opening this here box so we can see what's in this box, y'all. You see, okay, so we got a box here. Michelle said, hey y'all, haven't seen you in a few weeks, been in the hospital. Oh my gosh, I hope you're okay, my love. I hope you're okay. You need some scissors?
Girl, who needs scissors? I can always get a box.
Ooh, she's so strong.
Always get in a box.
Oh, that's all that is.
Oh.
It's
The
the
mailers,
It's
girl.
the envelopes.
The envelopes. These are the envelopes. I told y'all we don't know what's here yet until we unbox. These are the envelopes. that you guys-
And you can rest assured, I made sure that we got bubble mailers so we can make sure that your books are going to be secure and comfortable on their way to you. Okay?
Is that what's in both of these?
I think that's what's in both of these. Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm with you, Candy. The new book made me feel real smart reading all those sophisticated words.
I told you, girl, because I'm so basic. You know, I mean, you know, I'm basic, girl. I just get straight to it. And I'll be like, girl, is it this or is it that?
Now we know what's in here based off of if anybody's interested in being a self-published author, we love 48-hour books. Okay, there's no secrets over here. We help people if that's your journey, if that's your story, if that's what you're trying to do. That's an option. 48-hour books is amazing. Okay, we've worked with them for every book that we've done. Candy has worked with them with her workbooks and everything else.
Now they didn't sponsor this video.
No, they
so.
didn't, but I'm just
Before
helping
shout
somebody
out to our good Judy's and good Jonathan's over there, 48-hour books. Yes, God! Yeah!
Oh my gosh, look at that! Look at that!
Look,
Do we look the same?
look, huh? Yes! Girl, somebody fell out, girl. Somebody fell out.
Oh
Yes.
God. That is so exciting. It's exciting every time. Okay, like every time. It's so exciting. This is quality control. She's quality checking it. She's trying to make sure everything is the way it should be.
Okay,
Everything look okay?
okay. Yes, God. And it is so. And so it is. It is so. And so it is.
Hey! Hey! Oh my gosh, best friends, look at that. Look at that. Baby, when I tell you this was a labor of love, pain, disappointment.
Why disappointment? Don't call my book disappointment.
No, I'm just saying feelings that we had to endure in writing it. Relief, freedom in what's in here, and the transparency that we have in this book. My God, today.
So the release of this book for me, let's sit down.
Let's sit down.
Let's sit down.
Let's talk to the best.
Let's sit down. This video can go a different kind of way.
Uh-oh.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Hey, you're in for a ride. The release of this book, best friends, and I didn't realize it until this moment. I compare this moment to the minute I remember the day that I got released when I went to jail in the first book. And when the officers took me to jail, I'm not gonna give you the whole story, I'm just gonna give you the snippet. When the officers took me to jail, it was around March, early March in Illinois. And they didn't allow me to get my shoes, my wallet, or my keys. So when they release you back into the general public and they say, hey, you're free to go, and they open the doors and you change and you get your property and stuff back, you walk out the door. And whether you've been there for 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, or 5 years, that feeling of freedom and release is like an all-time high. This is that release for me. I was scared to tell the story because I didn't like how I would look inside of the story. I was afraid of the moment that I had yesterday on last night's video, where somebody would say, oh, you broke, bro? I was afraid of being judged. But they opened the door. Somebody opened the door and let me out. And now that we out, we'll never go back in.
Ms. Deborah, I see your message. You said you want option 2. I will send invoices to anybody who inboxes while we're live. As soon as we're done, I will make sure I send you your invoices right away. Because of course we didn't order just enough. So if you want to be in this first wave, because we're gonna have to order again. I will tell you, we're running up to the sold out number already. So there's gonna be another wave of orders. But if you want to try to get your hands on one of the ones that's here in this first wave, you can definitely do so. Okay.
Vic said my son said y'all look like twins. Woo! Tell your baby. I hope not. That's all I can say. I don't know how old he is, but for the safety for the protection of the baby, let's just say I hope we're not related.
Right. Simone, yes, this is us on the front. So that is Candy, and this is me. So that is us on the front cover. I didn't mean to cover your face, but yes, that is us on the front cover.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. How do you feel?
I feel accomplished. I feel excited because is it next week? No, it's not next week. It's in a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks, I'm gonna be talking about this in a little bit more detail out loud. We'll be talking about it on Zoom with you guys on the 20th, but it's like full circle just to think that almost a year ago. I'll just say that. And for those who have already read it, because you are coming to the virtual event, you know what I'm talking about. So I feel accomplished. I feel healed, even though I still have healing to do, and optimistic.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. This is gonna, I'm not trying to be facetious or arrogant or anything like that. This is gonna help somebody.
It already has.
What's in here? Yeah, people have already been inboxing us and telling us. This is gonna help somebody. There's somebody out there that's feeling alone, that's afraid, that's angry, that's frustrated, and all of those things. And just know there is life after what you're feeling right now. There's life after it, and you're going to make it through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Vic said, he said, them some pretty ladies, Mom.
Aw, thank you. Thank you.
I'm probably older than you were. But thank you. But yeah, so put them next to each other. We haven't seen them next to each other yet. Look at your creations. Look at what you did.
I'm grateful.
So much in both of these. My God, today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is exciting, you guys. Vic said, I love the cover. I know the inside is real.
Yeah.
Somebody pick a number. I'm about to do something real off the wall. Somebody pick a number between 1 and 247. First number I see. Somebody just pick a number between 1 and 247.
Oh, hey, Crystal. My best friend is out here. You want to give me something about Crystal?
Yes, I love her.
Hi, Crystal.
89. Somebody said 89.
89.
That's
89.
the first thing that I saw.
I used to drive a 1989. No, for real. My first car was a 1989 Pontiac Grand Prix. Real story. Real story. It was maroon. It was all after the Ford back then. It cost $1,100.
So page 89, I'm going to read a little bit, but if I feel like it's going too far, I'm going to stop. It's from chapter 6, How Did We Get Here?
How did we get here?
How did we get here?
That's a good question. How
So I'm just gonna start on page 89. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna start reading. I do, she responded. I had given Sean a daily goal that she was to try to make every day based on our expenses and our savings goals. If she was able to reach that daily goal each day or an average each week, then it would put us in a position where we could use the business as supplemental income and not have to be so dependent on what's happening with the economy. Over the next several weeks, Sean formed a routine when it came to, I can't.
She was gonna give away too much. It was going somewhere, best friends, huh?
It was going somewhere.
It was going somewhere.
If you want to know what I spent my time doing for weeks on weeks on weeks, then
it was going
You
somewhere.
don't have to get the book, girl.
What did Dion say?
Dion said, "Good evening, queens. Bless you both for your transparency. Your process and testimony is already blessing folks." Simone said, "I knew 89 was too deep in." Well, girl, I gave you a paragraph.
What she say? I knew 89 was too deep in.
I gave you a paragraph, honey.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
So, shout out to Candy. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to you.
Because I know this took a lot to do, and it was a pleasure working with you on it, and I appreciate your patience and just everything throughout the process.
Thank you very much. Likewise, I think we both felt that this was necessary, but it's kind of like what you said earlier. As it got closer, it became more real. And so there was a moment. I don't know if I ever talked to you about it. There was a moment right before the book release where I was like, I don't know.
You were having second thoughts?
I don't know. The human instinct kick in.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, I don't know. This is a whole lot of transparency.
Yeah.
Like, it's levels to the game. Ain't that what the kids say? It's levels to the game. And I was like, it's levels to the game. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, do I want people to know my soul like that? Right. Like, I don't know. So, but it's one of those things where even over the past 24 hours, I kid you not, best friends, we've literally gotten about 6 or 7 inbox messages from people saying, hey, I was on last night's live on Facebook, and so you said something and it really moved me. And so I need to look at some things and I need to start moving different and I need to make choices because I might not be, in the best financial position. Yeah. And if my man or woman leave, or if I wake up and it's just me, and I'm dancing and the music stopped, what am I gonna do? Mm-hmm. There was one best friend that was like, girl, I got sick and he left.
Oh my gosh, wow.
It was a best friend that said, girl, I got sick and he left. And so I'm trying to figure it out and I'm watching you figure it out. Mm-hmm. And while you figure it out and you figure out what your next move is gonna be, I'm watching you play chess. I've never played chess and I'm sitting here, you step, I step. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So she was like, so whatever you do, don't stop telling the story. Wow. I was like, girl, I said, the story sometimes get embarrassing, girl.
It does.
It get embarrassing. It get embarrassing.
It's very, yeah.
It get embarrassing,
Yeah, I think that's the moment that I had when it was time for us to send the digital copy to the virtual event attendees. Because I was like, there's literally no turning back at this point because once I hit send on this email, they're getting it. They're getting the story. They're getting the full story. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's it. Mm-hmm. And I have been praying and I have been asking God to cover me and all of those things. And he's been doing just that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, it's here. We're going to be signing our lives away. The only thing that we're waiting for at this point, best friends, the only thing that we're waiting for is we're waiting on the bookmarks. Mm-hmm. You guys know when you order a book, you get your bookmark. So the bookmarks are scheduled to be delivered tomorrow.
Yes.
We have this first wave of books that are here today. We have another wave of books that are coming tomorrow, that will be delivered tomorrow as well, along with the bookmarks. Almost both waves of books are sold out.
Yeah.
We have a few left, and you guys literally sold us out once, and then we placed another order, and you've almost sold us out again.
Yes.
We're so grateful for that.
Very much.
We're so grateful for that. There was even a couple of best friends that said, hey, I got a girls group, me and my sorority sisters, or me and my, friends, we might need to do this as a book club.
Ooh.
So I'm just grateful for you guys taking what God gave us as instructions, and then you taking it and running with it in all kinds of different ways. But I tell you guys all the time, our relationship did not work. It didn't last. But use this as a guide. If you're single, read this book, because there's some things that started to happen that broke down a almost 20-year relationship. You ask yourself the question, what could come in between people after almost 20 years? 2 children and 2 businesses. Well, we talk about it in this book. It's a conversation starter. For the people who relationship, you think you good, your marriage, you think you guys couldn't get better. This is conversation over dinner. This is date night conversation. I can't count how many times Sean and I would go on date nights. We would get babysitters for the kids, go to a nice restaurant. She would be responding to notifications. I'm responding to notifications. We talking about the business. We talking about everything besides each other.
That was important.
And so it was the communication breakdown. We talk about all of the different things that happened to us inside the book. Use that as a guide to start a deeper conversation. So what I like about what Alicia said yesterday on the video that I did yesterday, Alicia was in the comments. She said, best friend Alicia. She said, one of the things that I do, meaning her, she said, one of the things that I do is I watch how certain people move. And if they make a mistake, I learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to fall in a hole to know that there's a hole there. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of people just looking at it and laughing like the lady yesterday, or looking at it and making jokes about the situation, look at it and see, okay, but for God, there go I, number one. And then number two, okay, what did these people do wrong? Because if life ever life with me, what can I do, to avoid that outcome? Everybody got money till they don't. Everybody got good health till they don't. Everybody got success until they don't. You see what I'm saying? And there's certain things that you can do to make sure, that you don't end up like you see other people ending up. I'm a firm believer that God puts things in front of you for a reason. You gotta learn from it.
Yeah, you do. Miss Wanda, you're so sweet. She said if someone wants a book and can't afford to buy one, I will buy it for you. Oh, you're so sweet, honey. I will let you work that out, because I'm sure people gonna be blowing you up.
Look, that's where it said me,
please. So Rhonda, you will figure that out, and then we'll figure it out in the inbox. Dion said, teach. Somebody gonna catch now, and somebody else in the replay. You're teaching tonight. Love you both.
Oh, thank you, best friend. Thank you very much. Let's open it up for questions.
Yes.
Very rarely, well, I'm not gonna say very rarely, but half of the time, Sean's not here. So this is one of those rare moments, best friends, where you get both of us. So we're gonna be looking for questions on all 3 platforms. We're live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube, and of course we live in the Honeycomb Hideout on Facebook, girl. Y'all know they are the mothership for us. But we're live on all 3 platforms, and if there's anything that you guys want to know, if we're able to, we'll answer. If we refer you to the virtual event, that means it's just a little bit more intimate.
Yeah.
But all questions will be answered there. But if there's something that you guys want to know, definitely put your questions in the comments now.
Yep, let us know. We are here to answer your questions, but like Candy said, if it's too much, that means that we'll be addressing it in the virtual event on Sunday, August 20th, which is almost here.
Yeah, it's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday.
Yeah, it's next Sunday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited
about it as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm just waiting for to see if you guys have any questions for us.
Yeah. Yes.
So Ms. Dion, the event is at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday, August 20th. That's where we're going to be doing a deeper dive. Anybody who purchased access to the virtual event, you received your digital copy. So most of the people probably have already read the book. They're already ready. Best Friends has been saying they got a notebook of paper with questions and comments, and they ready. Okay. But it's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday, August 20th. Rest assured, though, if something happens, if you can't make it or whatever, but you still want it, you can still upgrade your order. If you've already ordered, you can upgrade your order because it's going to be sent out as a recording to all of the attendees. So that way, because we don't know how long we're going to be on there. You know, some people might have to leave. They're going to be like, girl, I got to work in the morning. Let's see, when is the last day you can pay for the virtual event? So we are letting you make that decision. We're saying August 19th, but are you going to be able to read an entire book in a day and be ready the next day? So it's up to you. We're going to leave it open for people to purchase all the way up to August 19th, because when you purchase the virtual event, you get a digital copy of Moments of Resurrection once you place your order, so you can start reading and be prepared for the event. But if you like, oh, I need a couple of days, then you know you probably have to order it by the 16th or something like that. Give your time and know what your schedule looks like to give yourself time to read the book. Because what we can't do in the virtual event is say, page 1. Blah, blah, blah. Like, we can't do that. Like, it's literally just time for us to deep dive, to answer people's questions, because I'm sure people have additional questions after reading it.
Yeah, we can't come in with, you know, the first question, girl, what happened? Well, we can't tell you what happened. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're assuming that you already know because you already have the digital copy of the book.
Right.
Majority, and I'm telling you guys, as people are getting access to the virtual event, they're so curious about what happened and what's going on. They immediately start reading the book. I had one best friend, she said, girl, thank God I'm in management. She said, because when I said I ain't getting nothing done, I ain't getting nothing done but read this book.
Look, best friends were saying, yes, that book was done in less than 24 hours.
See?
Another best friend said, trust, you will read it in one day.
See?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So we do
I'm telling you.
We do have some additional questions. Miss Lisa, best friend Lisa said, how do you feel about the two of you dating other people?
How do you feel about that?
It's bittersweet, but I know it's a necessary part of life. Since I wasn't the right person for Candy, I have to move out of the way and allow the right person to be there for her. And so, of course, I don't want to see anybody else with her, but I don't have a choice. So I wish her nothing but happiness and blessings whenever that time comes. And I might be a little green-eyed for a minute or two, but I have to realize, girl, you had your chance and you blew it. So move out the way.
So for me, I don't know that it would be easy. I don't know that it would ever be easy for me, even having exes from 20 years ago, to see somebody who you were once with somebody else. I don't know that would ever be easy. You see what I'm saying? For me, I do know and understand. I'm not slow, right? I know and understand that at some point Sean is going to move on. For as long as possible, unless it's serious, out of sight, out of mind. It's like my philosophy with it. And so for me, you know, I don't need to know that aspect of her life. I don't need to be a part of it, you know, etc. My desire is, you know, that Kennedy and Caleb be removed from her dating experiences unless it's somebody who she's serious about. So, you know, but while she's dating and getting to know people, you know, I don't
have them in my children's
you know,
life anyway. Because it's not a revolving door, and my kids' emotions are not a revolving door.
Yeah, so that's that. I did see another best friend said further up, did you guys try counseling?
Oh, did I miss it?
I think it was a while ago.
Have y'all tried counseling? 20 years is a long time, basically. We did. Well, we didn't recently together. We've been in therapy separately. But we did have counseling years ago. But, you know, after a certain period of time, it's just like, girl, okay. Enough is enough. Let's see. Oh, Vic said, will you guys discuss after the virtual event for your best friends who can't afford it? Did you want me to answer?
You can give your answer and then I'll give my answer.
Okay. Vic, no, we won't, because then I think it's unfair for those people who actually invested to get the additional information. It wouldn't be fair for us to then come on live and basically do the exact same thing. And they'd be like, well, what the heck did we, you know, pay for option 3 or 4 for? If you was just gonna do it, like, so no, we won't. Yeah. We won't do that.
And the same thing as it relates to the book, right? You guys know that we broke up and we're not together. we had to give you that piece of it for the rest of the story to make sense, right? But a lot of people are like, well, what happened? Why are you guys not together anymore? Well, that's inside the book. You see what I'm saying? All the details. We gave you the what on live and on social media. We give you the why, you know, in the book.
Angelita said, Sean, if Candy gave you one last chance to fix it, would you want to fix it? My truth is, yes, I would. But I know that that's not the case. So I have to let that go. You know, I think that when you go through a grieving process, there's different stages. There's the denial. There's the what's it called when you try to barter? What's the word I'm looking for?
Negotiation.
There's negotiation phase. There's the anger phase. There's all that. And if I did that, that would be me being stuck in the denial phase, and I'm moving through it. And so I know that that's not a possibility, so I let that go. Let's see. Christina said, what would you tell a single person in a single season before getting into a serious relationship?
Ooh, how much time you
Good
got?
one.
How much time do you have?
That's a good one.
I'll give you my perspective. Here's what I would tell a single person. There's certain questions you got to be able to answer for yourself before you can effectively communicate them to somebody else. Number one, who are you? Who are you? Who are you outside of what you do for a living, outside of how much you make, outside of who your children are? I'm not just Kennedy and Caleb's mother. I'm not just a six-figure entrepreneur. I'm not just a person with a master's degree in business administration. You see what I'm saying? Outside of your degrees, outside of your career, outside of your children, who are you? Who are you at your core? Who are you? So for the man or the woman who you're trying to attract, what does he or she get from you? What's special about you that's different than every other woman or every other man that's out there? You see what I'm saying? Who are you? So that's the first thing that I feel like single people should be trying to figure out. If you can't answer that question, then you can't communicate that question. If you don't know who you are, then how are you expecting the other person to know and understand who you are? Number two is, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? After you figure out who you are, you got to figure out what is it that you want. Because you can't just go on date to date to date, checking off boxes and saying, well, I don't like this and I don't like that and I don't like this. Well, we know what you don't like, but what is it that you want?
Right.
Can you effectively communicate to this other person what it is that you're looking for? Because I feel like a lot of single people waste time based on not asking the right questions and not having the right conversation very early on in the process. You know, I was talking to one of my good Judies, one of my friends was like, girl, I was talking to this dude for a couple of months, and I was like, well, how you and, Buddy doing? And she was like, well, I stopped talking to him because, he don't want to have kids and he don't want to get married. Well, girl, that's a date one question. That's a first date question.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? What I would have never done is invested time, because your time is your most valuable asset. You're investing time. So what he or she is paying, you don't get your time back. You think we would have sat across the table from each other and I not know whether you were looking for something short-term, long-term, casual, serious, whether you date multiple people, I need to know. You see what I'm saying? So I think those are the two areas that I think a lot of single people miss the mark in. Who are you and what is it that you're looking for?
Yeah. Shout out to those shopping on Sincerely Johnson.
Yes, Sincerely Johnson customers. Come on, like Ariel used to say, come on, Shopify.
Y'all didn't hear it. Know it. What I would tell a single person is make sure you do the work on yourself first. If you have communication issues, figure out why. If you have trust issues, figure out why. If you have anger issues, figure out why.
Yeah.
If you have self-esteem issues, figure out why. Whatever your issues are, make sure you do the work and make sure you are a whole person before you try to attach yourself to someone else. Because what's not fair is for you to be a half of a person, a third of a person, 3/4 of a person, looking for someone else to complete you, because that's not that other person's job. Their job is to come and to be a partner and a helpmate to you in life and to assist you to navigate through it, and not to try to heal you, be there for you, lick your wounds, clean them, and do all of those things. So if you know that you have some work, damage has been done from the past, or whatever the case is, do the work first before you try to get into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's my advice for a single person.
Yeah.
And like Candy said, know what you want and be able to articulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what your non-negotiables are. Don't waver from them. If you tell a person that you're dating that you will not accept X, Y, and Z, don't waver from that. Because when you waver from that, you are giving that person permission to keep mistreating you and doing things to you that you were not accepting of, which was part of our problem as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So
Yeah.
that's my thought.
Yeah. I think it's good to be self-aware too. I think you kind of touched on that too when you said do the work. Mm-hmm. Just being self-aware. You know, when you on the first date, think about it. Think about it, best friends. You done went on a date with somebody who's been married before. And you ask the right question, which is, well, what happened inside of your marriage? Why didn't your marriage work? And he or she spend the next 5 to 10 minutes giving a manifesto about everything that the other person did wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. If
I don't want to hear that.
If you paint yourself to be perfect, that's probably the indication for me to go the other way.
I don't want to hear that. I'm the let's call her. I want to talk to her. I want to talk to
Let's
No,
all
I'm
sit
just
down
kidding.
and on the date and talk about it.
I'm just kidding, but I gravitate towards the person who says, you know what, this happened, that happened, and that happened, but here's how I could have showed up different and probably got different results.
Yeah.
You know.
Facts.
I don't know.
Hey, Miss Tracy. Hey, Tammy.
Hey, best friend.
That's pretty much it. Deanna, you said read your last comment. The only last comment that I saw, Deanna, was that you said that people could read the book in one day. So if you said something else, it didn't show up. So retype it or repost it or something.
Now I did see a comment. Somebody said, I think somebody said something like, what if God what if God told y'all, hey Miss Sheila, hi Miss Sheila. What if God told y'all in 5 years that y'all were supposed to be back together? My question is, this is my hypothesis. The best friends in the comments that be rah, y'all need to get back together, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, let me know if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure those are the best friends that ain't bought and read the book yet.
Either one. Because you know, it's more to the story than just what's in here. Like this, like together, y'all probably would never be asking that ever again in life. But
because, and I'm not suggesting that what you see online is any different, but I'm saying when you put the full picture together, and inside of the book we're very transparent. We went through a consecration period, and the outcome was clear, right? And we started moving in a way, and then God started opening doors in that way. I don't know if God said, hey, come back together, then I don't know. We got to have a conversation. We got to bring God to the table. We got to, at that point, we got to hang up the phone and we got to bring God to the table. I don't know. I'll never say never, but I don't know. I don't know that God has ever, in my 40 years, right? I'm only 40. I don't know that God has ever operated in my life in that capacity. I don't know. What you gotta say?
Deanna said, will you both keep each other out of your future relationships? Cough, cough, Candy. What you mean, Deanna?
What I do?
Now, what you mean?
What did I do? Why you?
Each other out of your future. Are you talking about the first book, Deanna? I don't know if you're going down that vein or what you.
I think
is that what she doing?
I think she mean like, Deanna, do you mean? Let me find out.
Is Deanna, clarify. Or do you just mean will we not tell each other about our future relationships? I mean, we'll have to because we have kids together, and we have to make sure that respectfully that, you know, if it's something serious, that, you know, when there's kids involved, you just gotta move a little different. Stephanie,
do you mean? I think it's chapter 9.
Is it chapter 9?
I think it's chapter 9 of the first book.
No, Oh, she says venting. Oh, I see what you mean. So if I'm having a problem with my relationship, am I gonna then come to Candy and be like, girl, let me tell you, because we were friends for years before we started dating, and we talked about everything. So now I see where she's coming from. She's basically saying, will we keep our relationships personal and keep it out of each other's, you know?
Well, why she say me?
I don't know, girl.
Deanna, why you say me?
Yeah, she means because think of the reason why chapter 2 ended the way that it did.
I don't know. Write it down.
You don't remember?
Write it down.
No,
Just
I can show you.
write it down. Oh, okay. Deanna be remembering everything. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that was chapter 2. That was chapter 2. Right. Got it. When she said Candy. And I was like, girl, what I know? But yes.
So yeah. So me. Look, Danielle, people that read.
She said chapter 2.
Okay.
Got it.
Don't go too far, friends.
Got it.
Don't go too far. But
They just repeat what we said.
yeah. But I personally, so I'm gonna be perfectly honest, because I can't do nothing but do that. Look, I've been in therapy for almost a year, and if I don't do what I've been taught and learned, then this gonna be all in vain. If Candy and I get back to the status of being best friends like we once were, I probably would come to her and be like, "Girl, Candy, let me tell you, she's getting on my last nerve. I don't understand why. La 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 la."
Mm-hmm.
If she's open to that, because I have to respect her boundaries. She might be like, I don't want to hear nothing that's going on with you and such and such. Okay? So I have to respect her boundaries. But I know how I am. I don't have but this many friends.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm close to you, I talk to you about anything and everything. So I have to be honest and say that if her and I were able to get back to that level of friendship, I probably would. I probably would talk to her about stuff. And that's just me being honest.
So for me, best friends, I feel like I would want to, right? On paper, I would want to. Here's why I don't know that that's the best thing to do. You have to remember, best friends, that I not only did I do it before, but I did it and it blew up in my face. Right? But here's what I have discovered at the age of 40 that's different than I was a few years ago. I realized that Sean is not, now let's say that I'm dating somebody new. Let's call her, give me a name.
Tracy.
Let's call her Tracy.
I don't know why.
Me and Tracy go together, right? Tracy and I just met a year ago. You know, we started off very well, whatever. She knows that Sean and I have this business together. We co-parent. Sean now lives across town or where, you know, whatever, right? Tracy, when she sees Sean, she's not just gonna see the person who Candace was friends with for 20 years. She's going to see the history that I have with Sean. Exactly. She's gonna be like, okay, friend my ass. Okay?
At the end of the day, I'm next.
She's gonna be like, that's your ex-wife.
Yeah.
And so when you and I have problems, what we not gonna do is take our problems over there to, you see what I'm saying? That's how waters get muddy. That's how things get blurred. Now, when I say that I want Sean and I to be good friends, I legitimately want us to be good friends, but there's gonna have to be certain boundaries and parameters that's placed inside of that friendship. There's certain things that I should never know about Sean. You know, if she's in a relationship with somebody and they intimate life or whatever is not up to par, she shouldn't be like, girl, this girl over here, whatever. Like, there's certain things, because out of respect for all parties, moving on should be clean. And it wasn't clean before. It should be clean, and it should be fresh, and it should be respectful, and it should be, all of the things, right? And I realize and I recognize in my mature state that's different than how I was before is that's where I went wrong. I went wrong. And that was an error on my part. And if you read the latest book, you know I went wrong. I made some bad choices.
I mean, but I'm a dope ass friend, so I mean, it's kind of hard to know what to talk to me.
I mean, you know, and you know, and I understand that, and you and I have always been able to talk about a lot of things.
And I respect that for sure.
Right, you and I have been able to talk about a lot of things. So that's what I'm saying. So for me, and let me be transparent, best friends. There's a lot of me because I don't have a lot of friends, right? Sean was saying she don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of friends either. So there's a lot of stuff, like I move like, I don't know. Like in real life, y'all ever seen All the Queen's Men? If y'all ever seen that show, like you know how, y'all know how Madam be moving? I move like that in real life. Mm-hmm. Kennedy was just saying a couple of days ago, she was like, Mama, you so outgoing on camera, and then in real life, you just like, it's two different sides of me. You see what I'm saying? Like I keep stuff close to the chest. Mm-hmm. I'm very private, which is why this transparency is different for me. Because I'm extremely private. I don't give people ammunition or, whatever. I don't know, right? So I said all that to say, I would want to call Sean and I would want to share certain things with Sean, but it's not the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And so at some point we would have to move forward. And now this is all fictitious, right? Because I don't know. We're not in no relationships that I know about, right? Like Sean, you ain't dating nobody or whatever, whatever. I don't know. But don't try me, try Jesus. Don't try me, try Jesus. Don't try me, try Jesus.
I am definitely not. I want to see what
Sean is petty. Y'all, I just want y'all to know, Sean is petty. She is so petty. Sean is so petty. She is so petty.
I'm so far from that.
I can't wait for the virtual event. Sean is so petty, girl. Sean is so petty. But anyway, with all that being said, best friends,
I got you. They are cracking up. They said me and my daughter's father talk about everything, but it took us years to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other questions, best friends?
We have so much fun with y'all.
Y'all know we can sit and chit chat all night long. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So this. Yeah. But let us know if you have any other questions. I gotta go somewhere after this.
Right.
Oh my God. ATV said candy your face though.
Right.
But no, best friends, let us know if you have any other questions. Again, for if you want, you would, if that's what you wanted. But you gotta be prepared. Like if that's what you want. For the best friends who have been inboxing for invoices so I'm gonna give you the 4 options. I know it's pinned down below, but let me give you the 4 options. Option now I can physically show you.
Right.
Option number 1 is if you just want the book, Moments of Resurrection. Mm-hmm. Okay, you only want the book. You're not concerned about the backstory or nothing like that, or maybe you already read the backstory. Mm-hmm. Option number 1 is just the book. It's $30 plus $10 in shipping. Okay. Option 2 is if you like, well, wait a minute. I'm new to y'all. I need to know how she proposed, how y'all got married, how it broke down, all of that. I need to know everything.
Girl, who was in the shower? That's low.
Option 2 is if you want both, okay? And that's $40 because you're getting this one at a deep discount. But I will tell you this. Once
somebody fell out, girl. Somebody fell out, girl.
Once we get to the virtual event, this bundle deal will never mind. Anyway, get it at a discount, okay? So instead of you paying $30 for one, $30 for the other, and $60, you get it for $40 plus your $10 in shipping. That's option 2. Mm-hmm. Option 3 is if you want this book plus a digital copy right away and access to the virtual event on Zoom, where you're going to be able to come ask us any and all questions. We're going to give you a deeper dive. We have even more stuff that we realized was not in the book that we're going to be sharing with you guys about what we went through and everything like that. Okay, that's $60 plus your $10 in shipping. And then option 4 is if you want both books plus the digital version of Moments of Resurrection and access to the virtual event. Okay, that's $70 plus your $10 in shipping. So inbox Candy's page, Candy Sincerity Johnson. Once I'm done, I will be sending everybody their invoices. I cannot wait to hang out with you guys at this virtual event. And I will tell you, the number of attendees is increasing, and I am so excited. I literally hope that all of you guys show up.
Wow.
I'm gonna make sure that we go into Zoom and make sure we have the capacity. Okay, because
wow,
I want every single person that has gotten access to the virtual event to be there, because I think it's going to be a funky good time. Because even if just every person had a question, baby, listen.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. So yeah, Melissa said I'm taking a day off from work to read my book. So Bridget, is it Bridget or Bridget T? Whatever it is,
Bridget Say. Bridget Say?
School me, girl. How you say your name? It's pretty. The virtual event is Sunday, August 20th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All attendees will get the recording of the virtual event. So even if you have to come and leave, or you got to come later, or you can't make it, if you purchase access to the virtual event, you'll get the recording of it. Okay? Let's see. Any other questions? Miss Carla said option 2. Miss Carla, be sure to inbox Candy's page so I can get your email address, my love, so I can send you your Vic said in the shower, LOL.
Yeah.
Deanna said, I remember you so messy. Nicole said, I'm reading Moments of Redemption and almost done. Ooh, baby. Stephanie said, I thought we answered your question, Stephanie. Maybe we didn't. She said, have you two forgiven each other? Yes. I have definitely forgiven Candy, yes. I definitely have.
Yes. I realized that I've completely forgiven Sean, and let me tell you how I realized it. I was able to quickly get over things yesterday. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yesterday was rough.
That was the what do they call it? The litmus test.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I was able to move past it relatively quick. Now, I'm a human. I had emotions. I felt how I felt, but I felt it for a very short time, and I moved past it quickly. You understand what I'm saying? So with all that being said, yes. And forgiveness is, I used to think it was just a buzzword or, something people will just post. But I truly understand what they mean when they say forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. Because it sets you free. Y'all know, last weekend I was in the emergency room with chest pain. I've been dealing with, whatever's going on as it relates to my health. You can sit and you can harbor all of these feelings and anger and frustration and disappointment and all this stuff for so long. That stuff will eat away at you. And so why would I sit there and allow it to eat away at me, and then Sean or whoever done moved on with their life, and girl, they living their best life. And I'm sitting here looking crazy, edges falling out, ankles swelling up, stomach hanging to my knees. Why? Girl, I looked in the mirror and said, I'm about to get out here and get it too. Sean been on the treadmill, she been eating good. And I'm like, you know what, Candy, you better. Girl, you better. For she be sitting up here looking like the number 1, and you gonna still be looking like the number 0, girl. Y'all gonna be Sesame Street brought to you. This episode is brought to you by the number 10, girl. You short and round. So I was like, girl, let me get it together.
And I'm grateful for your forgiveness, because I know it wasn't easy.
Well, you deserve it. So we serve a forgiving God. Ms.
Barbara said, have you each forgiven yourself? I have. Now, I will tell you this. I have forgiven myself for what I did and the choices that I made, because there was no mistakes. So I have forgiven myself for the choices that I made. However, when you forgive yourself, that doesn't mean that you just wipe it away and act like it didn't happen and just dismiss the feelings of the other party or people that were involved, that were recipients of the consequences of your choices. So the reason why I say that is because some people be like, yeah, I forgave myself, girl, because and then you act like that you don't care about what the devastation that you caused. Like, you gotta live in that, and you gotta receive that, because there's residual effects. And you can't dismiss that and you can't ignore that, because that's also a part of your healing journey, is to understand, because that also helps you to become a better person. When you're able to receive the results of the choices that you made, and you're able to sit in that, process those feelings and emotions, that helps you to be able to not make those same choices in the future. So yes, I have forgiven myself, but I'm not naive, or I'm not blind to the effects that it caused. Okay. Raynell said, "What happened? Sorry, I'm late." Well, Raynell, girl, you gonna have to go back and watch the replay, my love. Gloria said both books are pre-ordered. Adds the digital plus virtual event. How much is that? I'm not slow. Just want to be sure. No, that's fine. So if you've already pre-ordered both books, you got option 2, and you like, well, girl, wait a minute. Now I want option 4 because I need to come to that virtual event. Just let us know. It's an additional $30. I would update your current order, switch it out, and then send you an invoice for the $30. Once you pay your invoice and I see that it's paid, then I'll send you the digital version of this book so you can start reading right away. Let me see. That's it.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect. Well, we got a lot of work to do tonight.
We do.
We have a lot of work to do tonight. We're super excited because tomorrow, best friends, the bookmarks are going to be delivered along with the additional books. So we're super excited because we're going to start shipping them out, and they're going to go in the order that they came in. We thank you guys for all of the requests that have been coming in for books, also for upgrades to the virtual event, etc. And we're going to start processing that right away.
So don't go to bed yet, because I'm about to do it right now.
Yes. I was about to say, at this rate, we might have to do our third order.
Our third order. And if we get to the point where we have to get a third wave, where we're now ordering more books, we will keep you notified or informed. Like, we had to order more. This is the day when that next wave is going to start shipping. Because I don't want anybody being like, "Well, I ordered my book. Why I didn't get my tracking information?" We'll keep you guys up to date as to where we are in the status of the books. Okay.
Oh, Z-Fi Soror.
Z-Fi Soror.
My sorors. What do we
Monica.
say?
Z-Fi. Monica, now you know you gotta expound. You just can't say that and then run out the door. Like, I'm gonna just leave that on the floor and I'm gonna run out. She said, you guys' faces tell it all when the other one is speaking.
Girl, I just be listening to this lady. I've been listening to this lady for almost 20 years. I gotta go get my face threaded. Anytime you scratch and you hear that stubble sound, it ain't good. That ain't fine.
What I can't wait to do is get these caterpillars on my face cleaned up. Maybe I'll do that in a couple of weeks or something. Anywho. All right, best friends. Well, I'm gonna let you guys. Well, we gonna let you guys go so that I can go ahead and start sending you guys your invoices and upgrades and things like that. Like Candy said, we still got work to do on this here end, and we're gonna go from there. What else you got?
That's it. So as we always say, best friends, the absolute best is yet to come. But baby, we got work to do.
Good night, best friends.